Why do you know how to survive closed doors but not know how to walk through open ones? I think we've allowed ourselves and we've been conditioned to prepare for failure just in case, but we haven't been able to or are willing to learn how to be prepared for success, guys. Some people are ready for the door to close. They have no idea what to do if it opens though. And sometimes success scares you because pain becomes familiar. Close your eyes and walk with me for a second. Picture a warrior outside a kingdom. For years, he's trained to attack. Arrows, betrayal, cold nights, closed gates, wounds, rejection. He knows how to survive war, right? Then one day the gates open. No arrows, no ambush, no betrayal. The kingdom welcomes him, and then he freezes. He prepared for the attack, but he never prepared for the arrival. You know how to survive disappointment. I'm sure a lot of us in our lives, all of us in our lives, have been and have experienced some kind of disappointment. If you haven't, it's gonna happen eventually. I'm gonna let you know right now. But can you receive opportunity? Do we know how to receive blessings and opportunities? You know how to keep going after rejection. But can you stay grounded after a blessing is given to you? You know how to brace for a no, but do you have a structure and response for a yes? Joseph, prison to palace. But when Pharaoh calls, Joseph has his wisdom ready. He does not just survive the pit he is thrown to by his brothers and sold off into slavery. He is prepared for responsibility. Keep that in mind, guys. Joseph prepared himself for success in the Bible. So was King David. The field trained the king. Sheeps, lions, bears, obscurity. The private field was not wasted, guys. In the pursuit of happiness, the open door hits emotionally because you saw the cost before it, but the door still required readiness. Sorry. In draft nights, the name gets called, everyone celebrates, then the work changes. Blessing becomes responsibility. Pain can become familiar. Sometimes the open door feels unsafe because disappointment has become home. We are so used to loss and disappointment and failure and rejection and no's and no's and no's that we don't know what to do. We freeze when we hear yes. We don't prepare ourselves in our heads for yes. We can use these brains we were given by God to prepare ourselves for just in case, not only a no, but also a yes. If all you rehearse is rejection, then success can feel like a threat to your identity because all you identify with is loss and rejection. What if the video works, y'all? What if the job calls back? What if people listen to what you have to say? What if the money opportunity is given to you and your money increases? What if the door opens? Not what, but when does God say yes? What will you do when God says yes eventually? When he says you are ready and I will bestow upon you all these gifts that you were deserving of. Success is pressure in a different costume. Failure pressures you with lack. Success pressures you with the weight of success. More attention requires grounding. More money requires stewardship. More options require values. More freedom requires structure. Don't just prepare to survive. Prepare to steward. Now, this is one I need to carry, and all of us carry very carefully. Because I damn well know how to survive no. I've been told no almost my whole life. No view, no callback, no response, no immediate proof of success. Fine, whatever. It's cool, right? I could care less. I don't let it bother me anymore. Keep going, right? Keep going. Don't stop. Keep going. But what about when you are given a yes? What about when something connects? What about when an opportunity opens? I done this thing where I was so tired, I was so out of it. My head was spinning, my mind was racing, my head was rushing, and I was so knocked down that day, and I felt so tired. And I saw a cute girl, bro, and I was just like, My head was like, nah, I ain't gonna do it, I ain't gonna do it. But somebody in me was like, I'm gonna do it. I was like, fuck it. I did it. And then the response I got, because normally I expect just to be like, thank you, walk past. I said what I had to say, and then she stopped. And I was like, oh, shit. So I said what I said again. But I was so caught off guard because I didn't expect it. That I was just like, yeah, have a good day. Like I usually would. I was so used to the other responses that I didn't prepare for what would happen if I was stopped and able to go further than what I am used to. So that's the catalyst that made me make this video for you guys. Because what about when something does connect? What about when the opportunity truly opens? What about when the thing you are building starts to become visible to other people? I did not only want to be resilient in rejection, I decided from that day forward, even with everything that I've been through so far since then, I want to be grounded in reception on both ends. I am not just preparing to survive closed doors, I am preparing to steward open ones. People always ask, what if it fails? What if it works? What systems would it need? What habits would it require? What humility would it demand? What version of you would need to be built to receive that? What if God blesses you with what you want and you have no structure for the blessing? An artist works for years, then one song blows up, whether it's from TikTok, whether it's the algorithm, whatever. But now attention is there. Pressure arrives, expectation arrives, opportunity arrives. Have you prepared for that moment? Are you ready for all that pressure and success? Are you truly ready? Ask yourself that and sit with that for a second. The breakthrough is not the finish line, it is the next responsibility. There is no true finish line in life until you allow there to be one. The only true finish line is death in the physical realm. People tend to sabotage good things because peace, love, visibility, or opportunity feels so unfamiliar and rare in their life because of what they've been through in their lives. And I can't blame you for that. I used to think just like that. But don't punish yourself because all your body knows is survival and accepting no's. Prepare yourself for when you do become, when no becomes a yes. Prepare for success in the yes department. Stop just preparing for losses. Prepare for success, because success is what we truly want, right? So why don't we prepare for it? Why don't we ignore all the losses? Because all the losses are only things stamped in time. Those losses are just temporary. Everything's gonna be one big setback, like on one big comeback like this. And you could either let it rise you above, or you could let it knock you out under the pressure. So are you preparing for the door opening? Or are you emotionally bracing for it to close? Do you have a system for a yes? A schedule, a money habit, a follow-up rhythm, a next upload, a grounded identity? Or are you only trained for disappointment? You already know damn well how to survive a no. So we need to learn and teach ourselves to steward a yes, people. We are so ready for the negatives, but we don't know when to accept the positive in our life, man, because it's so rare to have a positive. We need to use what's given to us in our imaginations to prepare through every contingency on if we get a yes, not just a no. Obviously, we should prepare for a rejection so we know what to do post that, but we should also prepare for what if a yes is given to us. Do you know how many times I've frozen mentally because I did not expect a yes? After that last time, I told myself never again. After everything that happens this week and everything, I'm preparing myself only to be told yes and no, so I could be prepared for both. So, once again, are you preparing for the door to be open for you? Or are you emotionally bracing yourself for it to be closed? Are you only trained for disappointment, or are you trained for both disappointment and possible success? You already know how to survive a no, so learn to steward a yes. Right? To close out the video, prepare your structure, prepare your humility, prepare your habits, prepare your nervous system, prepare your next move, especially prepare your faith, and prepare your ability to receive without sabotaging. because the open door is not the end. It is only the beginning of stewardship. So, to close it off, I'm going to leave y'all with these two phrases. Do not only train for the door closing, also prepare for the door opening. Be in the middle of the pendulum. I love y'all. Peace out.